Hi everybody, it's Tara here. I have some breath practices for you today, but I wanted to start with something that's called the diaphragmatic breath. So this isn't technically a pranayama practice, but it does sort of become the precursor for all of our other pranayama work, for all of our breath work. And we're going to start here because this diaphragmatic breath is one of the most essential ways that we can tap into the quieter side of our nervous system. A little anatomy lesson for you here quickly. The diaphragm is this muscle that runs sort of crosshatch in our body. It separates the lower organs from our lungs, and it helps us to breathe more effectively and more comprehensively in our body. So when we breathe in, the diaphragm drops down to make space for our lungs to inhale fully. And then when we breathe out, the diaphragm helps by pushing up under our lungs to expel the breath. It's a bit more complicated than that, but I think that will do for these purposes today. In order to access a full and complete breath in our bodies, the way that our nervous system wants to be reassured that all is well, the easiest way to practice diaphragmatic breath is by lying down. So come on down to your back. You can use a blanket for under your head like I'm going to do here, or of course you can just lie down without any props at all. Bend your knees so that your feet are flat onto the floor, and then just place your hands on your belly. If it feels uncomfortable for any reason for you to have hands on your belly, your hands can definitely rest down by your sides. Some folks also prefer a pose that's called Constructive Rest to do this work. Constructive Rest is where you turn your toes in and let your knees rest against one another. If you find this to be uncomfortable, just having your feet planted is just fine. Give yourself a moment to settle in and get as comfortable as you can in this position. And then close your eyes, or simply turn your gaze downward. Most of the time, our breath works in the most efficient way possible. Our breath will be moving up high in our chest. It's a sort of perfunctory breath. Keeps us going, but maybe not that great for helping us find access to a calmer place. Maybe not that great for helping us to breathe and become more aware of our breath comprehensively. This is where our practice at diaphragmatic breathing comes in. Take a moment to notice that you're breathing. You don't have to push or pull or fight with the breath. You don't even have to manipulate it. Just notice it. Can you get a sense that your belly is moving under your hands as you breathe? Use your hands as a reference point for the breath and allow the breath to move deeply enough that your hands rise and fall. Careful not to push or fight or force the breath to do anything. It might take a little time for your body to settle enough that the breath feels access to this low place. Continue to breathe. Smooth and steady. Connect with this feeling's gentle rise and fall of breath through your body. bring your attention back if your mind had drifted away. Take your time and roll over onto your side. Use the support of your hands and your arms to push your body back up into a seated position. Thanks for practicing.